Hello, everyone, and welcome to Donkey Studios again for our ninth Bottoms Down live stream class. I'm Nerdy Mickey, and we're doing my best to produce this live stream class and moderate the Q&A session. Once again, thank you for bearing with us as we continue to learn how everything works with our live stream effort. And without further delay, let's get started.
Hello and welcome to Bottoms Down. We are doing our class together again today. It's our live class. We will be starting seated and then we'll come to standing and then we'll come back to seated. But remember, you can always stay seated if that works better for you. And at the end of the class, we'll have a little chat session where you can ask some questions and we can interact with each other. All right, let's get started. So we're going to sit up nice and tall in our chair. We're going to go ahead and move a little bit forward so that we're not leaning back. Let's take just a moment to ground our feet to the earth, feeling both of those feet on the floor equally weighted. Let's take another moment to ground those sits bones to the chair, same idea, equally weighted on both sides. Our hands are resting lightly on our thighs and we'll flip our palms up to the ceiling. Let's go ahead and close our eyes and breathe our natural breath. So we're just noticing the breath here, just whatever your natural breath is, just notice it today. And then let's begin to elongate the breath, inhaling a little more deeply, exhaling a little more completely. Go ahead and do that again. And then just breathe normally. Now we're going to take that elongated breath and we're going to move it down into the belly, that diaphragmatic breath. We're going to inhale to 4 counts and exhale to 5, something like this. Inhale 2, 3, 4, exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, inhale 2, 3, 4, exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, and breathe normally. Bring your hands to your heart and set your intentions for today's practice. Just one more breath. Let's bring our hands back down to our thighs and open our eyes. We're going to do a little neck stretch where we just simply drop our ear towards our shoulder. Just feel that stretch on the side of the neck. And then we're going to drop our chin down towards our chest. Let's drop that other ear towards the shoulder. And we'll drop chin to chest. Now go ahead and look to the front of the room and let's look over that right shoulder. And we'll look center. And we're going to look over that left shoulder. And we're going to look center, and then let's just roll our shoulders. Oh, yeah. And we're going to reverse that shoulder roll. All right. So we're going to move into a wide-armed cow pose. So in order to do this one, arms would be wide behind our head. You can stack your palms. If you like interlacing them, that's fine. Now, if this is too much on your shoulders, which I get it, just come to our more traditional cow pose, which is just fine, all right? Okay, but if you're with me, my hands are going to be behind my head. And then what I want you to think about is lifting crown of the head to the ceiling. Press your elbows back just a little bit, and then you're just simply going to push your head into your arms or your hands, I guess I should say. Do y'all feel that, right? So we're activating some stretch through here. I've got a little pectoral stretch going on, upper shoulders, a little bit even into my upper back. I don't know if you feel that. All right, one more breath. Look, we're just going to release that, bring those arms down and take just a little break. Did that feel okay? All right, so I want to show you our cat pose before we move into it, because your chin will be touching. You won't really be seeing what I'm doing. So watch me real quick. We'll be here in our wide-armed cow. And then to come into cat, all I'm going to do is bring my elbows forward, and then I'm going to drop my head. You see what I'm doing there? But I don't want you to pull on that head. Don't pull on the neck. Just let the weight of your arms and your arms and gravity give you a little stretch into the back of the neck. Okay, so let's do that again. Arms back here. Our arms are wide. Elbows are going to press back to begin with. Now, all I'm going to do is push my head into my arms. Do you feel that? I mean, it's such an engagement of those muscles through the arms, upper arms. I feel the shoulders. I feel the pectoral muscles. I feel the back. All right, now release that press and then bring your elbows forward. And we're just going to let our elbows fall towards the floor as we tuck our chin. And it's just a different version of cat pose, isn't it? All right, let's do that again. We're going to lift up into cow. Don't worry about the breath for this one because we're going to hold it a little bit longer than a normal breath. Press your head into those hands. Feel that activation of all those upper body muscles. Belly is tight. Let's round down into that cat pose. Remember, our hands are on the head, but we're not pulling. We're going to do one more. Ready? Up we go into that wide-armed cow pose. And then we're going to move into that cat pose, just giving a little extra stretch for the neck. Let's drop our hands down to our lap and then just roll it up into a seated. And let's roll one shoulder at a time. Did that feel okay? Just a little different way to stretch into the back of that neck. I like that one. Okay, let's release that. We're going to move into our mountain pose. We'll bring our arms down by our side, spread those fingers nice and wide, and I want you to think about actively pushing your fingertips towards the floor. Abdominals stay engaged, shoulders stay down. It's an active pose. Arms to the goalpost. We're going to squeeze our shoulder blades behind. Now, let's go ahead and extend our mountain up to the ceiling. Did you notice how I just pulled my shoulders down? So keep them out of the ears. All right, let's take our right hand to the chair. We'll extend that left arm up, and we're going to go ahead and lean our mountain. Now, let's rotate, look up at the ceiling, and let's lean our mountain again. We'll rotate and look up at the ceiling, and we're going to do that one more time, leaning mountain. Hand to the ceiling, it's a rotation as we look up, and we'll bring that hand down to our lap. Let's do it again. Mountain pose, spread the fingers wide, shoulders down, heart lifts. Smile a big smile. All right, goalpost arms. We'll squeeze our shoulder. Don't we feel good? Let's smile. Extending those arms up to the ceiling, shoulders stay down out of the ears. Okay, let's take that other hand to the chair. We'll extend and lengthen through that spine. Then we'll lean that mountain. Keep that extension, right? Let's take our hand to the ceiling. Let's rotate and look up. And let's do that again. It's a leaning mountain. Hand to the ceiling. We'll rotate and look up. We're going to lean our mountain one more time. Hand to the ceiling. It's a rotation as we look up, and we'll bring those hands down. Nicely done. We're going to do half Lord of the Fishes pose today. So we'll take our right knee and open it. We've got one knee facing me, and you've got one knee facing this other side here. Keep this knee from folding in. So just think about keeping that open. Take your left arm and open it nice and wide. We're going to bring it all the way across our body. Let's go to our side waist. Lengthen nice and long through the spine. Now, I'm just going to turn, and I'm going to look over my right shoulder. One more breath. Let's release that, and we're going to do it again. Bring that arm nice and open. Let's bring it all the way across our body to that side waist. Lengthen nice and long through the spine, and then you're going to turn, and you're going to look over your right shoulder. One more breath and release. Now, we're going to do that one more time with one little add-on. First thing to think about is make sure this knee is not folding in. So just double check yourself there. Now, the final piece of this, we bring it to that waist. I'm going to look, but as I look, I'm going to kind of pull this hand and pull my waist around just a little bit. If that feels okay, it is going to give you a little more stretch into those oblique muscles. All right, let's do it one more time on this side. Open it up nice and wide. Bring it across to that side waist. Don't forget to lengthen through the spine. Now we're turning and we're looking over the right shoulder, the back of your chair, basically. Now, what I want you to think about is pulling that waist forward as you continue to look over the back of your chair. We have one more breath, and let's release that and face forward. And I hope I said that right. I hope I said the right side. Okay, let's do the other side. So we're going to take this left knee and we're going to open it nice and wide. Okay, so this knee doesn't fold in. Remember, keep that knee open. This hand is going to open nice and wide, that right arm. We're going to bring it across our body to that side waist. Lengthen nice and long through the spine, and then you're going to turn and you're going to look over the back of your chair. And release. Let's do that again. Bring that arm nice and open. All the way across the body to the side waist. Lengthen through the spine. Look over the back of your chair. One more breath and release. If you're not feeling your inner thighs, I bet you're letting that knee fold in. So if you don't feel those inner thighs working, double check that this knee stays open. Because you have to work, right? You have to work at keeping those knees open. We're going to do one more. And remember, this one, you can pull slightly with that hand as you rotate, if you want. Arm opens up nice and wide. We're going to bring that hand to our side waist. Lengthen through the spine. Turn and look over the back of your chair, and at the same time, just pull gently on that side waist forward. So just getting a little extra stretch for that side waist. One more breath and release and face forward. It's kind of a subtle stretch, right? When we pull gently on that side waist, but just a little bit more. We're going to move into gate pose. So I'm going to move back in my chair and to the right. Okay, so it's back and to the right. So what's going to happen is this hand is going to hold onto that chair, and I'm going to extend this leg out to the side. Now I'm going to give us all just a moment here because there's a couple of things that happen. One is I want you to double check that the leg is extended and that you're on the edge of your foot. So I'm not pointing my toe to work my quadricep. I'm turning my foot so I'm on the knife edge of that foot, and I'm going to be working my inner and outer thigh. So if that's bothering you, or if you're getting cramps or whatever, just bend the knee a little bit, and that's going to give that a little bit of relief. But if you're feeling okay, keeping that leg straight will engage a lot of these muscles to work. Now, the next thing we're going to do is the hand that's on that chair, we're going to leave it there. The other hand is going to extend up to the ceiling. Now, as I open my gate, I'm just kind of bending this supporting elbow as I lean. And I want you to think about extending. So this hand is extending up and out, right? So it's extending. It's not just hanging out there. We're really lengthening through that side waist. Now that hand is going to come to the extended leg. The other arm is going to lengthen up, and then we're going to close our gate. So now what are you feeling? This side, right? Hand to the chair, extending nice and long, lengthen up, and then open up that gate. Let's put that hand on the chair. Opposite arm extends up, closing our gate. We'll do one more. Lengthen it up. We're going to open that gate. Now, the final add-on, only if you want to do it, is I'm going to lift my right leg. There's a half moon for 3, 2, 1. Put the leg down and release. How did that feel? That's quite the add-on, isn't it? It doesn't look like it's much, but it really is. Okay, let's do the other side. So we're going to move back and to the left. Now that left leg is the one that's going to extend out. So I'm going to give you just a moment. So it can take a moment for this leg to engage and feel like, okay, well, I'm all right doing this. So just take a moment. If you need to bend that knee a little bit, that's okay. Remember, try to be on the edge of that foot, not pointing the toes, but on the edge of the foot. This hand is on that chair. Okay, are we ready? Let's extend that left arm up to the ceiling, and we're going to lengthen through that side waist. Push those fingertips towards that wall in front of you, beside you, extending that side. All right, now that hand's going to go to the leg, the extended leg. The other hand will come up, and then we're going to close that gate. So really feeling those side waist muscles stretching and working. Belly is tight. Let's put that hand back on the chair, lengthen up and lean and open that gate. Hand to the chair, other hand extends up, and we're going to close our gate. We have one more with that little add-on. It's not a little add-on. Up we go. Let's open our gate. Are we ready? We're going to lift that leg up for half moon. 3, 2, 1. Put the leg down and release. Very well done. Okay, we're going to move into a crescent lunge variation. So I'm going to take my right knee and open it, and then I'm going to drop my left knee towards the floor. This knee can be straight down. If you like pushing the foot back a little bit, you can do that. It gives you a little bit more stretch into that front side of that leg. Your choice. This hand, my left hand, is going to go right to my shoulder, okay? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to squeeze this side waist, and I'm going to drop my shoulder down as my hip lifts. So I'm trying to squeeze that side waist, and then I'm going to release it. And let's do that again. Engage the leg, and then squeeze that side waist, and release. And let's do it again. Engage the leg, and we're going to squeeze that side waist and release. Now, this elbow is going to go up. So we're going to do the other side, okay? So engage the leg, lift that elbow to the ceiling, and then you lean in towards your chair and release. Release the leg. Engage the leg, elbows to the ceiling, squeeze that side waist and release. Engage the leg, lift the elbow to the ceiling. We're going to squeeze that side waist and release. We have one more. Engage the leg, elbow to the ceiling, squeeze and release and face forward. Do you feel that? Right? So we're kind of stretching one side and working the other side. All right, let's do the other side. Bring that left knee open, and we're going to drop that right knee down. Okay, so just take a moment. Remember, that knee can go straight down if that feels good for you. If you want to push the foot back a little bit, that's okay too. Your choice. All right, I'm kind of facing the wall in front of me. This hand is going to go onto my shoulder. Okay, here we go. So the first thing I do is I'm going to squeeze this side. So this elbow drops towards the floor, and I'm squeezing that side waist and release. Let's do that again. It's squeeze and release. Let's do it again. We squeeze and release. We're going to do it one more time. Engage the leg and then squeeze, release. All right, are we ready to do the other side? Engage the leg, the elbow lifts up, and we're squeezing that other side and release. Engage the leg, elbow lifts, squeeze that side waist and release. Engage the leg, elbow to the ceiling, squeeze that side waist and release. We have one more. Engage the leg, elbow to the ceiling, squeeze that side waist and release and face forward. That's another one of those that doesn't look like we're doing anything. You watch it until you do it. And it's like, wow. Okay, so we're going to come to standing behind our chair. So go ahead and come up, and you're just going to walk behind your chair. And I'm going to stay behind my chair for this one. I think you can see me just fine. So it's a very gentle twist. We're going to take our feet about the width of the chair leg. So you want them a little bit wider. You definitely don't want them next to each other. So a little bit of distance between those feet. So you're going to want to be relatively close to your chair for this one. So I'm going to take my right hand and I'm going to place it on the right side of the back of the chair. Do you see what I'm doing? I'm just laying it right there. Now my other hand is going to come behind. So I'm going to pull my shoulder back and I'm going to bring this hand back by my hip. And then all I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn and look over that shoulder. It's a very gentle twist, but a very effective side waist work and twist. All right, one more breath, and we're going to face forward. Now, my left hand goes on this side of the chair. My other hand comes back by my hip. Lengthen through the spine, pull the shoulder back, and then just do a little gentle rotation. One more breath and face forward. So the only add-on here, it's not a huge add-on, but this right hand is going to go on this side of the chair instead of this one. Just a little different. All right. Remember, crown of the head to the ceiling. Let's pull that left shoulder back. That hand comes kind of back by your hip. And then we're just going to do that rotation again. If you're feeling pretty good and you want to press your hand into the chair to give yourself a little bit more rotation, go for it. If that does not feel good for you today, then leave it out. All right, let's face forward. Last one, last side. Hand on the outside of that chair, other hand back towards the hip. Pull that shoulder back, lengthen through the spine, and just do your rotation. We have one more breath here. All right, nicely done. Remember that wide-armed cow pose? We're going to do it from standing just for a moment. So let's step a little bit away from our chair so that when we come into that forward fold or cat, I'm going to call it forward fold, we don't hit our nose on our chair. All right, so just come back a little bit. Okay, so here we go. Hands are going to go behind our head just like we did before. Elbows are back. Lengthen up, look up slightly, and then push your head into your chair, Push your head into your hands is what I meant to say. All right, now to come into catch pose, pull the belly button in, place your hands on that chair, and then just let your heart fall. Honestly, it's really more of a forward fold than it's a cat because we're not rounding the spine. We're keeping the back flat. Bend the knees and roll it up into a standing position. And we're going to do that again. Hands behind the head. Push the hands into the head. Elbows are back. Lift that chin slightly. One more breath. We're going to go ahead and place the hands on the back of the chair. Let that heart fall. Keep the head lifted into that forward fold. It's a supported forward fold, isn't it? One more breath. All right, let's bend those knees and come up. Okay, we're going to come to the right side of our chair and we're going to work on a little balance today. Yeah, I know. Tree pose. So my weight is going to go into the leg next to the chair. I'm holding my chair for right now, okay? And then I'm going to create a kickstand. So my heel is resting on my standing ankle. My toes are on the floor. Let's go ahead and bring that right hand to heart. Now, in your balance, if you'll find a spot that's not moving that you can focus on, it can help. We're going to release the chair if you feel up to it, and we're going to bring both hands to heart. So we're keeping those toes down into that kickstand. We're just breathing our natural breath. Let's add our branches to our trees, just simply lifting the hands towards the ceiling, making sure our shoulders are staying out of the ears. Double check that your abdominals are engaged. Tree pose. Bring your hands back to your heart and set your foot down. So we want to get out of our balance poses with intention, with mindfulness. So don't, if you fall out of it, we all fall out of balance poses. Just get right back into it and then step out with intention. We're going to do that again, just like that. The only add-on is if you want to, you're going to lift your foot up. But here's what I'll tell you. I would rather you stay in kickstand and have your hands off the chair than to lift your foot and hold the chair. You just aren't working balance here at all. When you hold that chair with your upper body, it just takes the balance part of it out. All right, so remember, I'd rather you leave your foot down if you need to hold the chair so that you can let go of that chair. Okay, let's do it. Create your kickstand. Bring your hand to heart. We're not going to add the branches. We're just going to stay right here. Find your spot that's not moving to focus on. Let go of the chair. Oh, you know what? Hold the chair and lift the foot. If you're going to lift, let's lift it before we let go of the chair. Then let go of the chair. We have one more breath. All right. Step out of it with intention. And let's do the other side. We're going to do it 2 times on the other side. Put the weight into your leg next to the chair. I'm holding the chair and I'm going to create my kickstand. Remember, my heel is resting on that standing ankle. Let's bring one hand to heart. Pull that belly in as tight as you can. Find a spot that's not moving. Bring your hands to heart. Add your branches. Bring the hands back to heart. Reach down and grab that chair. If you want to lift the foot, go ahead and do that now. Bring one hand to heart. Pull that belly in tight. Go ahead and bring your hands to heart. Now, one side can be more willing than the other. Super common. One more breath. All right, step out of it and let's come to seated. How did we do on that balance challenge? I know, right? We'll probably do a couple more balance challenges next week too, just to keep up that balance. It's really good for us. We just keep working at it and practicing, and it really gets better. I know it does. All right, so we're going to move into a dynamic pyramid pose. I'm going to extend my right leg out. My toes are to the ceiling. I don't know if you noticed, but I'm moving a little bit forward in my chair. It just cuts my legs, so I like to be forward. All right, so the dynamic version of this just means we're going to extend our arms up to the ceiling. There's our inhale. Now, as we exhale, we're going to hinge forward. Use your abdominals here, belly tight. Bring your hands down towards your leg. And then let's roll it up. Inhale, extend. And then exhale. Remember, we go out first, and then we go down. And then let's do it again. Inhale, up we go. Now, this one, we're going to come out, and we're just going to hold it for a couple of breaths here. One more breath. All right, let's go ahead and roll that up to seated, and we'll do the other side. Let's extend that other leg out, toes to the ceiling. Inhale, extend the arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, come out towards the wall in front of you, and then drop them down towards that leg. Let's do that again. Inhale, up we go. Exhale, out and down. Inhale, up we go. Exhale, out. Now this one we're going to hold, so just come into your extended pyramid pose. We're going to hold it and breathe. One more breath and roll it up. Nicely done. Moving into a final shoulder dips, we'll do a heel, toe, heel, toe. So into those goddess legs. And all I'm going to do is my hands are going to rest on my thighs, and I'm going to drop my right shoulder straight down towards the floor. That should feel pretty good. Nice stretch for that shoulder. Let's lift that shoulder up, and we're going to do the other side. All right, let's lift it up. Let's do it one more time on each side. So nice shoulder dip. We're dipping that shoulder straight down between those thighs. And then we're coming up, and then we'll do the other side. I love this one. It just feels so good. One more breath. All right, let's go ahead and sit back into Shavasana pose. Hands are going to rest lightly on the thighs. We'll flip our palms to the ceiling. Let's go ahead and close our eyes and take a deep breath in. Full breath out.
Allow yourself to dream. Go ahead and dream. Even though it's far from practical and seems a bit silly, it's a good and useful thing to do. Consider what could be if you could align the world just the way you want it. Spend a little time dreaming, reminding yourself of who you are and what you care about. To fulfill your amazing potential, it's essential to have a reason, one that matters, one that resonates. With a dream that's vivid, desirable, and sincere, that's what you get. The world can deliver plenty of disillusionment over and over again. Yet each time that happens, you can return to your dream and actually make it even stronger, more compelling. Let yourself dream. Take that dream seriously, Let it sink in and infuse every corner of your life. Then you'll begin to act on it, very likely without even realizing at first. Don't get continually lost in frivolous, empty wishes, but do allow yourself a little time to seriously and deeply dream. Bring the energy of your purpose to the surface, and with it you can do beautiful things.
Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. Reach up with the right hand. Give the head a gentle tug as you press that left hand down towards the floor. Release it. Drop your chin towards your chest. Reach up with your hands. Give the head a gentle tug. Release it. Drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. Reach up with the left hand. Give the head a gentle tug as you press that right hand down towards the floor. Release it. Look up just slightly. Open your mouth if you want to stretch your jaw. Bring your hands to your heart. Honoring one another, we say Namaste. Thank you so much for participating today in our live streaming class. Remember that we will be live streaming classes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday through the month of January. For those of you watching on the YouTube channel, remember I would appreciate it if you would like the video, if you would subscribe to our channel, and then just know that if you want to sign up and join for future live stream classes, you can find that link in the posts. Now, I encourage everybody to become a Bottoms Down Wellness community member on our website at bottomsdown.com. And we are working hard to provide new and exciting programs for our wellness community, including health and wellness insights from our medical director of wellness medicine, who is a licensed lifestyle medicine physician. Also, if you would check out our blogs on our website and just stay tuned for more to come. And lastly, if you have social media accounts, please consider following us on Facebook and Instagram. Okay, let's take a look at your comments and questions.
Yeah, I don't see any hands up yet, but we do have a question from the YouTube subscribers. She says, it was a great class, but I just can't get my balance. Are there any suggestions that you have to help me with my balance?
Oh, this is timely, isn't it? Since we did a balance pose today. I would just tell you, don't get frustrated, right? We all tend to struggle with balance. We just need to keep working at it, using your chair, using those kickstands, right? So just like we did in that tree pose, if you'll put those other toes down, work that balance, you're still going to feel yourself working it. That helps us, right? And if we can continue to build. And even if you never take your foot off the floor, you're still working your balance, okay? So the key is trying to let go of the upper body. Don't hold on to something. Or if you are holding on, maybe make it light, right? Your hand is just resting lightly on that back of that chair or your wall or whatever. Just don't have a death grip on it. And just keep working at it. Don't get frustrated. I know it's really challenging. We're going to do a couple more balance poses next week. So hopefully you can join us for a couple of those live classes. Otherwise, you know that they're going to be on the YouTube channel within, I don't know, Mickey, what's 24 or 48 hours, something like that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
So nothing else. I think everybody's ready for the Friday and to deal with all the winter storms coming through the country. So
okay. All right. Well, as we wrap up again, I know I've said this before, but I do appreciate Ralph Marston so much and his wonderful website, greatday.com. He lets us use his meditation readings, and we so appreciate it. Okay. I will see you next time.